Right, people, so we are now ready to travel to Praetor after finishing the Undisputed Claims missions. We have done half of Praetor already because we've already gained access to the other half of the planet. So essentially what we have to do now is go to the Rift device location, get the Rift device, get out of the location, come back to the ship, and that's all that's left on Praetor. If you are, normally what you have to do here is get yourself access to the tunnel that's here by going to the border camp and speaking to the guard who's just literally to the right of the fast travel. Then running up to the end of the tunnel, which is here, speaking to the guard there, going and having a look with your M-ray goggles, going all the way back, and then speaking to the captain, and then there'll be a fight going on in the tunnel, and you just have to run through the tunnel. If you want to see how that's done, it's in the last episode, me doing that, as we needed access to the other half of Praetor then, in order to continue with the Undisputed Claim missions. So we have done that. We'll be okay here. He will chase us, but we should be fine. Don't worry about him. Right. Just going to go up the top here, as high up as we can without it forcing us back down. There we go. And then down here. Niall's getting down so many times has now caused us to get the reckless leadership trait. This guy's going to see us as well, but don't worry about that. He's probably going to get killed by the Raptidon there. So that's nothing for us to be concerned with. Marisol's been down this time. It's crazy how easily the enemies go down. The companions go down. We do need to go that way, but there's some drones and stuff in the way. So what we're doing here is coming all the way around the side. And then hopping over here. And we're just sticking as far to the right as we possibly can. There we go. And making our way into the building that has the Rift modulator. We can do that by climbing up on this rock and then climbing over here and then in there. Right, there are two enemies here, so we're going to make a quick save. It's just two mini drones, it's nothing to worry about. That's them both. Now, up the top, there is a little bit more to worry about. There's actually a Dragoon mech, which is just sitting at the top, and there's also a turret. So before you press this button, I recommend you make a save so that you can time where the Dragoon is. So if I go up here and he's just standing at the top, then I'm probably going to have to do this again. But he's not. He's round the corner, which is good. That works for us. So we're quickly going to get around to the left. As you can see him, he's there. Okay. And all we have to do is walk all the way to the other side here. Now if he gets alerted to our presence, then he'll like alert the turret as well. So we're going to let him turn around because we won't make this walk. And he's going to walk up there and we'll use that opportunity to climb over the fence. And then we'll go behind these little boxes here. And then once he has finally gone back to the right again, he's right there this time. So he'll walk up there now. Once he's finally all the way back over to the right, we will then climb up there and jump across where we need to be. But we're just going to come and stand here for now. And he's going to turn himself back around and he's going to walk back over there. There we go. When he gets near like the little corner of the square on the minimap, that's when you know you can go. He's not going to be able to see you at all then. What we have to do is climb up here and then just jump over here. And we're now safely across. And we can transfer into the, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, the reconfiguration center or whatever. The Rift Center. The Interstitial Reconfiguration Center. There you go. What an absolute gem of pronunciation that was. Now, this, I'll skip all this, we don't need to watch his waffle. This could potentially be hard if you didn't get it correct, what you've got to do. But as there's a fight at the end with like a giant mech and like a boss fight. But if you do it correctly, you can obviously skip that fight. So that's what we're going to do. Now, in order to skip it, what we first have to do is sneak through this room. Just stick to the back side of the room like this. And you'll easily skip past all these enemies. And in here is a scientist who we speak to. Lead researcher, Haley. So we're going to speak to her. And then I could help prove your innocence. I'm just picking the top option every single time. And then we can go. Right. Make a save now, because we're going to just sneak past these guards one last time. If there's no one on the corner or walking towards you, you can quite literally just walk straight up the stairs. And we're absolutely fine. Step 1 done. Oh, that wasn't ideal. That made a little bit of a noise. We're going to sneak past these guys next. So let's overwrite the save. And swap to a... Oh, I don't have it equipped. We need distraction devices here. So let's swap to those. We need to let this guy walk away far enough. And then come and stand behind this box. And throw your distraction device into the corner. It's going to make that guy turn around. And throw one in there so that he can't find us on the way past. There you go. And we're okay. There is another guard there, but like I say, you've seen what he does. There's one inside the doorway further away, but they won't come out unless you get close enough. But that guard who's walking towards us, you kind of see what he does. He walks towards you, sees you slightly, and then just entirely misses where you are. And then we're going to acquire the Rift device. And then use the Rift device. And then climb up here, and then come and speak to this guy. And now this is the guy you would have to fight, but tell him we had some help. And then tell him Dr. Haley. And then top option. I could make that happen. She'll be dead before our next meeting. And now normally what would happen is, if you don't use those speech options, there'll be some enemies in this lift. but obviously we've offered to help him out, so those enemies aren't here for us. There are going to be some enemies down the end of this corridor though, so get ready. There you go. Let's take our distraction devices. But we're going to kill the 2 enemies in this room as well. There we go. And then loot the rest of the room because we may as well. Why not? And from there, just take the next vent. Right, make a save here. Just because we haven't made one in a while. And then jump across here. Jump down and jump across there. Reason I'm not sprinting there is because you'll alert this guy before you even get to where we need to go. Normally, you have to activate the rift to get here. But obviously you can just jump along, so don't need to bother with the rift. And now there's a load of guards in this room. Scientists, guards. There's all kinds of people in this room. You actually do need to make a save now, because the best way of getting through here, believe it or not, is to not sneak. You can sneak past if you get lucky with this guy. And you're met with these 2, which we need to get correct. So we go through here. And then these guys will see you because of the difficulty we're on, but you can just about get through. But you can see why it's probably a bit easier to just shoot them all. We go round here. Climb up the ladder. Into this room. And then all the guards are outside. This is the chief's quarters where the thing this woman wanted you to get is. But we obviously don't need the chief's quarters because thingy, so we're just going to loot it. Wants to get that also, Doc. We're just going to loot the gaff, and I'll show you where you could get the chief's quarters if you want to have that fight at the end, I suppose. But you need access to here. Obviously, it doesn't look like you can get access, but you can. Pretty sure this leads back out, this one actually. But we can go along here. Is this correct? Have I gone the wrong way? I think I've gone the wrong way. I'll tell you 100% I've gone the wrong way. So that is me being an utter idiot. Right. We're going to do it the easy way. I'm not going to bother sneaking. That's how you sneak past. Rather than going into the chief's quarters, go out the left-hand door. We'll do it again just to... Being an idiot there. There's another vent in the chief's room that'll let you get into that back thing. Here, just walk forward as fast as you can. Okay, we were even better that time. That worked a bit better for us that time. All the way up. It's actually annoying me now that I didn't see the entrance to the chief's quarters, because it is in here somewhere. I just can't remember where it is. There's an access code for that, essentially. It's there. Sorry, it's right there. There's the restricted wing. I'm pretty sure there's a thing to get into that, but I'm not going to bother. But the restricted wing thing is there if you want it. You don't need it. That entire detour was just my brain OCD, my game OCD making me do that. Don't know why I bothered. In order to actually finish what we need to do, we're going to quickly just walk in a straight line here. So make a save again. Okay. Walk in a straight line to this corner. Walk straight. And then cut the corner there. And you'll be able to get out nice and easy. And then from here, we're now back at where the scientist is. Come through here. Shoot her in the head. Obviously people will get slightly alerted, but there's no one this way, so we're absolutely fine there. There we go. Here to the left, if you want to sell any junk or anything you've got in here, you can do it there. And then just drop down and speak to the security chief. And then he lets you go. And he also lets you keep the rift modulator. Don't know why he would do that, but he does. And yeah, that essentially there is, that is the end of Praetor. We don't need to be here anymore. That's that mission done, which is crazy that the rest of the planets take so long. We can get through Praetor in less than half an hour, all in all, including gaining access to the other half. But yeah, hopefully that has helped. If it has, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one when we go through Cloister to the archive. Peace.